Hey guys, I'm Krystal with Sub-07 and welcome back to potentially the finale of Star Fox Adventures. Last time, we got ourselves the 5th Krazoa Spirit and returned it to Krazoa Palace, opening a way to the 6th Krazoa Spirit. And I don't know about you, but I feel like something is not quite right about this. I mean, 5 Krazoa Spirits acquired, the last one, and we haven't seen hide nor hair of a certain someone in quite some time. I think you know what I'm getting at. Let's warp. As you can see, this is a much smaller area than we're used to for a Krazoa Palace. And more importantly, there's a life force door. I don't like that music. The only thing we can do is climb up. Let's do it. What do you got for us?
I've been waiting for you, Fox McCloud. Yeah! You may have returned the Spellstones, but the war is not over yet. Now you must face me.
General Scales! Starting off the fight! Press A, and it's over.
Scales, you are no longer any use to me.
Oh boy.
Who are you? I demand you show yourself.
I am the one you brought to Krazoa Palace. The Earthwalkers could see me, but you could not.
I don't understand.
No, I didn't think you would. Your desire for power overwhelmed you and blinded you to the truth inside. Now give Fox what he's looking for. Give him the final Krazoa Spirit.
You will regret this.
It was in him all this time. But that voice, I recognize it from somewhere.
So fucking stupid! Well, at least the Sharpclaw seem happy about everything that just happened, apparently, despite the fact that their boss is probably dead.
Yeah.
So that just happened. So yeah, that was the 6th Krazoa Spirit. Great trial, huh? Okay. To go into specifics, there was intended to be a fight with General Scales at the end of Adventures. But, as you might expect, due to the game's rushed development, or I guess very troubled development, they had to scrap that along with a lot of other things in the final third of this game. That alongside things like Dracor's boss fight were ultimately reduced. There's a reason why you only get to see him for 3 seconds. Also, for the record, the reason why Scales had the final Krazoa Spirit, despite them saying that you can only possess a Krazoa Spirit if you are of pure heart, I'm assuming it implies that he was pure evil. Not pure good. Just pure evil, because I did not say you had to be pure good. Anyways. Release the spirit. But yeah, Scales' lack of a boss fight is a pretty big point of contention for this game. Because it's kind of unfortunate that the main villain is basically wasted at the very end. That's all the Krazoa Spirits.
What's going on? You said this would save her. No!
Why are you knowing anyway, Fox? Like, there was nothing saying that was killing her or anything.
Wake up! Wake up!
Good catch. I'm more impressed you managed to wake up not only enough, but have enough realization as to what was going on to grab the staff. Fox, save the romantic moment for later. Because apparently, that giant Krazoa statue head was evil the whole time. How about no?
We will never kneel to you. Give me that.
Hey, wait! Well, thanks for nothing.
Well, it is her staff, Fox.
Standing here at all.
Look, she can thank you later. We got bigger fish to fry right now. Now, if you thought we were gonna go this whole game doing just grounded boss fights like a typical Zelda-esque adventure, you're fucking wrong. Because I'm sorry to say, we're ending this in an R-Wing section style boss fight.
I've been looking forward to this day, to see you again, Fox McCloud.
Andros!
It's him.
And now, to destroy the Lilac system!
You thought they could go one fucking game without this stupid monkey. Well, you were wrong. This is another instance of the devs' troubled development cycle forcing them to kind of improvise. So they went with this last second. But regardless, this is the final boss of Star Fox Adventures, Andros, somehow reborn as the Krazoa god. Not entirely sure how the hell he managed to come back after being blown to pieces in 64 and the original game, as well as 2 if you count that game. Well, regardless, shoot out the eyes and gem of the Krazoa head side, and you get to fight the monkey side. Dodge the hands. Those hands are pretty dangerous. But you gotta also shoot the gems in between each of them in order to deal damage. Unfortunately, we are working kind of on a handicap in the R-Wing section. We have no way to get laser upgrades. So, good luck. When he starts trying to do the suck, use your aileron roll rapidly to escape it, because you do not want to get sucked into that. If you can line up a good enough shot, start rapid firing like crazy against the hands to blow them up. Ow. He will spit out silver rings that can heal you for a little bit of health, so use that to your advantage, and try not to take too many hits. But yeah, we're kind of stuck doing this like it's original Star Fox after you just die during the final boss, so you're stuck with the lowest level laser upgrade. Kind of unfortunate. Also, yeah, watch out for these rocks. They move everywhere, and they can be kind of hard to deal with at times. Luckily, your aileron roll is good enough to break them, so be careful if you need. Okay, come on. How have I not destroyed that hand by now? This fight is not necessarily hard, but the rocks can be pretty annoying to deal with. Uh-oh. Yeah, just mash like crazy when you get the suck. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad time. Destroy both hands, though, and you force his head back to normal. Back to the Krazoa side, I should specify. When you're given a chance between this, he will start trying to fire those missiles from Dragon Rock. Keep dodging to avoid them. And avoid this laser as well, geez. Really just duck and weave, essentially, is what you're doing for most of this fight. Okay, that takes care of the head again. He's back at it again, and the hands are revived. Blast at him like crazy, in order to get any sort of damage going. Ow. Okay, we actually managed to destroy one already, that's good. Okay, the suck again. Keep away, Andros. Yes, the second part, though, when he knocks you down, is that the hands will start firing their own laser beams, which can be kind of annoying to deal with, so be careful. Oh, God. We start doing, shooting more rock statue. You've pretty much seen all of his attacks at this point, so just be careful. Oh god. The laser does deal a pretty hefty amount of damage, so try to avoid it when you can, because you don't want to get stunned by it. Because if you do, the damage will just pile on really fast. That's both hands destroyed. Uh-oh. When you get sucked in like this, you can't really spin out of it.
Hey, McCloud. Different time, different planet, and you still need Falco's help. It's good to see you, buddy.
Well, wouldn't you know it? So yes, against all odds, Falco managed to hear about what's going on and came just in the nick of time. Who'd have thought? Uh-oh, more heat seekers. Shoot them down before they get too close, because that's the same way they work in Dragon Rock. Grab yourself some silver rings to get extra health if you need them. And Falco will assist by giving you smart bombs. When Andross tries to give you the suck, send one in, and he'll expose his brain. Shoot this for damage. He will occasionally charge at you, so dodge out of the way of that, and use your opportunities to fill him with lasers. He will not stay that way forever, though, so you're going to have to do this a couple times. He's out of hands, mercifully, so you don't got to worry about that. More heat seekers. Avoid these to your best of your abilities, because it's not worth dealing with them. You can see Falco in the background, which means he's going to drop us another one for help. Thank you. Just give the suck, thank you. That means we're gonna get more damage piled up onto you, Andross. He's at half health already, that's good. Ow. Okay, he went faster than I thought he would. Okay, one more cycle should finish him off. This boss fight is not particularly hard, but it is one of the more challenging ones of the 5. So don't be too stressed out. If you get caught in the lasers, just practice avoiding them specifically. This is not worth trying to shoot him while the lasers are out for his hands. Alright, one more smart bomb. This should do the trick. You want to give me the suck? No. Ow. Okay, one more, and that's it. Oh god, his face! And that's the end of that. Andross is defeated. Again. And come Star Fox Assault, he actually wouldn't be coming back. He'd be dead for good. So somehow we have permanently put him down this time. And that's that. And now that all the Krazoa Spirits are back, the planet's coming back together. Dragon Rock. Dark Ice Mines, as we saw. Walled City. Cloudrunner Fortress. Everything's going back where it belongs. And turns out, the Sharklaw really hated Scales' guts. So the moment he was gone, they're, kinda cool. They're pretty chill about everything, all things considered. As you can see from that one, just holding up Scales' belt. Man, what a shitty boss.
We did it, Fox!
Dinosaur Planet is saved!
Andross is defeated once again!
This
You
time
all
for
did a
good.
Great job.
Until 0.
General Pepper here. Good work, Star Fox team. I received a message from the King and Queen Earthwalker thanking you for saving their world.
That's nice of
and
them.
Tricky says hi.
Wonderful.
I was, however, very surprised to hear that Andross was still alive.
He was not supposed to even be here in the original script. He was kind of
It seems
thrown
that
in last
Andross
minute.
discovered the ancient power of the Krazoa, and by trapping Krystal, who had the ability to channel this power, he was able to use this energy to revive himself.
When was it ever stated that she could channel this power? Like, where did that come from?
I'm transferring your fee as we speak. Ever out.
Woohoo! Yeah!
We can finally repair the ship.
And I really need some oil. These joints are not what they used to be.
Oof.
I can't wait to get back with the Star Fox team.
There's Falco.
Hey guys, you don't mind if I hang with
Honestly,
you
I
again?
kind of like this look for Falco. It's a good fit.
Sure, Falco. It's great to have you back.
I like the whole bandana and sunglasses thing. Though bizarrely enough, he kind of looks female in this look.
Oh, Fox! I almost forgot. I received this message from Krystal.
Hi, Fox. I really appreciate what you did for me. I'm just so sorry we didn't get much of a chance to talk.
Also, Krystal apparently also has a spaceship. Don't worry about it. That was never established, but don't worry about it.
Say thank you.
Fuck!
Okay.
The sexy time is back.
No problem.
You're not shy, are you, Fox?
My sensors indicate Fox's temperature is rising.
Shut up, Rob.
Fox.
I'm gonna be just fine.
And on that semi-awkward note, that's Star Fox Adventures. Yeah, of all things, that's how they end it. Not even a kiss. What a weird game. Alright, let's get things out of the way right now. Thoughts on the project. I enjoyed this game. I'm fully aware it is not the game that it was intended to be. Dinosaur Planet was meant to be much different than the game that we actually got. Much darker in tone as well. There were some major differences that I didn't really know about until I started doing research for this game. Like, the Queen Earth, or Clean... Man, I can't even get my thoughts together. Good job, me. Queen Cloud Runner specifically was an interesting point that I found out about. In the original script for this game, she was intended to die when Scales confronted her in the Cloud Runner Fortress. And you'd have to adventure off using the Cloud Runner Kite, who you rescued in Dragon Rock instead. Also, it's a sick guitar kicks in. But yeah, there's a fascinating amount of information and just ideas that were left on the cutting room floor or ultimately taken out of the game just so they could get it out in time because, as you know, Rare was getting eaten by Microsoft at the time. Because there's only so much time you have on your hands before you get eaten by another company who was also making their own console at the time. Unfortunate timing aside, even with the product being the way it is, I'd still say Adventures is a pretty alright game. Yeah, it's kind of thin in the latter third, but I'd still go so far as to say this is at the very least a good game. Maybe not fantastic and maybe not the best game on the GameCube, but it's still a perfectly fine adventure, and if you want to experience it, it's not too expensive either. Since a lot of people didn't really give it much of a chance, it isn't one of the more sought-after titles, and it's not too expensive. It was never re-released, mind you, but that's not too big of an issue when the price for a copy in box complete is only around like 40 bucks. Which for GameCube titles, that's cheap, all things considered. Like, have you seen some of their titles on GameCube these days? It's disgusting how high prices have gotten. Fucking scalpers. But yes. And also, my goodness, Jay Silk did a lot of voices for this game. A lot. Same with Esperand. There's surprisingly not many voice actors used for this game because they filled a lot of roles, but I think it works out. It was actually a pretty good variety, all things considered, despite there not being too many voice actors used for this project. But really, we're still missing something, as we've discussed. I've said at the start of this that we would be comparing this to the actual prototype Dinosaur Planet. And I intend to make good on that promise. So when we actually return to this, we will be doing an entire episode dedicated to exploring the prototype and seeing how different it was compared to what we actually got. The prototype build of Dinosaur Planet is listed as still being in 99, I believe. So it's pretty far back, but you could still see traces of the stupid sexy music turns back on. You could still see that the Star Fox essence had already been sort of woven in at the time, and it was more just a matter of the game being cleaned up. That sort of left a lot of things hanging. I'm very curious to explore for myself, as I actually have not seen the prototype myself outside of a few screenshots and like a couple seconds of video. For the most part, I'll be doing this completely blind to see just how different everything is. And there's Grant Kirkhope. Well, it was for a second there. Fantastic composer if you've ever heard that name before. Dolby Pro Logic, Double D logo, trademark Dolby, which means I think we're right at the end of the credits. Yep. This game may have had a troubled development cycle, but I can still go so far as to say it wasn't as bad of an experience as some people might have thought it was. It's a perfectly fine game. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. If you ever want to give it a chance, I highly recommend trying it out for yourself. It's not too hard to find, and you could do a lot worse on the GameCube. But yes, next time on Let's Play Star Fox Adventures, we'll be checking out the prototype of the game that never was, Dinosaur Planet, and seeing how exactly it shaped up from that to this. And hopefully, we'll learn something interesting about it along the way. I look forward to seeing you guys then, and until next time, ice out.